Hello beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. This is Mira with Star Sisters Intuition. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night, and for today's reading we're going to be taking a look at what's happening for you in the month of February 2023. I can't believe we're already moving into February. It's so wild. To do this reading, I've laid out 5 piles: pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, pile number 4, and pile number 5. I'm going to add the crystals and I'll be right back. And here I've added the crystals. We have a raw tiger's eye for pile number 1, a rose quartz heart for pile number 2, a yellow azestolite for pile number 3, a selenite heart for pile number 4, and amethyst for pile number 5. Pick whichever pile number, or crystal is calling you most, and that is going to be your reading. Allow your intuition to guide you, as it's going to guide you to the correct pile. Timestamps will be listed below, and now let's head into the readings. Hello pile 1, you've chosen the raw tiger's eye. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards and I'll be right back. Hello pile 1, I've laid out your card. You have pyrite spirit, and this represents the general energies for your month. And because pyrite is known as fool's gold, I'm getting the sense that this month is all about going after your dreams and building your dreams. It's also a very financial month, so you may be taking a look at your finances and trying to figure out how you want to best take care of your finances. How do you want to approach your finances for the future or for the short term, and I think you're just going to be squaring away a lot of financial stuff in this month. And it's really interesting because while I was shuffling your deck, the green aventurine also kept coming to me, so there's definitely a lot of financial stuff in the month of February for you. And another thing I'm getting is that the general energies that are surrounding you this month are about self-worth, so valuing yourself and knowing your inner worth and value. So that's what I think you're going to be working towards in the month of February. And because you have the pyrite, I'm actually going to put my pyrite right here for you guys. And the 45 is also sticking out to me. And what that's telling me is that there are going to be some changes around your home life happening. Again, this could deal with financial changes in your home life, but this could also just deal with physical changes happening in your home life in the month of February. And I also feel like there's going to be some cycles ending surrounding your home life. Now let's take a look at your tarot cards. For your relationship with yourself in the month of February, we have the 3 of Cups. So, and it says celebration and abundance, which is so interesting because we were kind of talking about that, in terms of finances and stuff. So I think it's just going to be a really abundant month for you. This could be abundant in high vibes and good energy, but it could also be abundant in finances, abundance in relationships, abundance in time. Take it as it applies, but you're gonna have a lot of abundance around you in the month of February. And then the 3 of Cups also just talks about harmony in relationships, and so this coming out for your for the relationship with yourself, I see you becoming more harmonized in your mind, body, and soul, finding more harmony between the different aspects of you. Also finding harmony between your light attributes and shadow attributes of yourself. But yeah, the month of February is all about coming into harmony and finding balance is what I'm hearing. Finding balance in the different aspects of you and finding balance in your relationship with yourself. It just speaks to me of finding balance between your mind, body, and soul. The next card we have is the relationship with others. And we have the Page of Swords. So it says contracts and information. So your relationship with others, I feel like there's a new relationship coming in. This could be a business partnership or entering a contractual agreement with somebody. This could be for work, but I'm kind of also getting that just a new interest is coming into your life in the month of February. And this new interest is very mentally stimulating. And I'm hearing this new interest, this new person, is going to sweep you off your feet. This doesn't have to be a romantic relationship. This could be like a new person that's just like a new friendship, or a new person that's just so different than what we've been accustomed to. And so because of that, we're so interested in learning more about that person. It doesn't matter who that person is. It could be, like I said, a business relationship or a business partnership. It could also be like a romantic relationship, although I'm kind of seeing like a friendship is the feeling that I get, but it's going to be different for each of you. The other thing I'm getting is that in the month of February, you're being more open and communicating in your relationships. You're starting to like release any fear of being honest in your relationships, and you're starting to communicate more honestly. And this may cause a little bit of conflict or like tension, but I think it's necessary to clear the air, is what I'm hearing. So in February, if there's anybody that like you're kind of like, there's a little bit of tension, maybe it's not even like between the two of you, but it's just you have things that you've kind of held back from saying, but it's like now is the time to say it and release it from your heart and your mind, so that you can again clear the air. The next card we have is for your career and our school, and we have the Hanged Man. So what I kind of get with that is that some of you are taking a pause and taking a break to really figure out like how best to move forward, and to figure out if what you're doing right now is serving you, and if it's actually in alignment with you. I think you're taking a necessary pause, or slowing things down, like not taking on too many more responsibilities. And if you're retired, I feel like you're taking a break to kind of reevaluate your finances and reevaluate what steps you need to make in order to move forward in the direction that you want. And yeah, there's like reevaluation of finances happening here. Even if you're not like retired, this applies to you as well. I feel like there's a reevaluation of finances happening through this break. Like, it's not even a break per se, although for some of you it could be. It could just be a pause, like a temporary pause on things to reevaluate and regain focus. And the eye is also calling out to me, so it's like focusing, gaining clarity, gaining that like needed clarity on where you want to move in your career and our schooling, what moves you want to make, and like how best to go about your finances. I think you're gaining fresh new perspectives and like looking at ways to spice things up a little bit, so you're not constantly doing the same thing over and over again, and that way you're not feeling like burnt out or stagnant in your career and or school. But yeah, this pause is like really necessary so that you can gather your ideas and gather like resources, almost is what I'm hearing. Resources, so resources could again be knowledge, it could be like physical resources to that way you can make a decision on where to go and what to do next. And the next card we have is for your spiritual journey, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. Wow, that is so beautiful. So I feel like for your spiritual journey, like first of all, you have the Ten of Pentacles here as your spiritual journey. So some of you might actually be like doing business in the spiritual community or working in the spiritual community, and so you're reaping the rewards of that, like finding fulfillment, like physical fulfillment through your spiritual journey or your spiritual work. I think you're just feeling so fulfilled in spiritually, and you're finding like peace and happiness at where you're at right now spiritually. And so that is really beautiful, pile number 1. And so the next card we have is for your personal journey, and we have the 7 of Pentacles. And what this is telling me is that you're being really patient with yourself and your growth and your journey as a whole. You're being more patient and not trying to rush results is what I'm hearing. You're taking your time with yourself and doing the necessary work to get to where you want to be. So like, for example, if there's like a new habit that you want to implement, instead of trying to force yourself to implement that habit, you're taking your time to patiently bring that habit in and allow it to like naturally but slowly find its place in your daily routine is what I'm hearing. And some of you could be getting impatient with your journey because maybe you're not seeing the results you wanted. But through February, you're learning that by being patient, things will fall in place quicker than you expected. I also feel that you're being more realistic with the goals you're setting, so you're not feeling overextended, but that your goals are manageable and attainable. And just starting to look at your long-term happiness and aligning your goals with that. The next few cards we have is Passion, rise up high, inflame my purpose, reach the sky. So this month of February is really a passionate month for you guys. There's a lot of things that are gonna like ignite your passion. I feel like this like relationship with others too, by clearing the air, I feel like things are gonna reinvigorate around you. And I also get the sense to like bring more passion into your daily life, like find ways of bringing small amounts of passion into your life, because this is gonna help you when you get a little bit impatient, or when like things slow down. It's gonna help you to keep in that high energy state. The next card we have is Polite Declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. So yeah, that's a beautiful advice from Spirit. Claim your powers and step into your true like worth. Start to evaluate where you're start to evaluate your true worth, and like seeing yourself as worthy. I'm gonna look at the guidebook for this card. Okay, so it says, assert yourself, be bold and look after yourself, be confident when expressing your needs and desires, which is literally what we were getting with the Page of Swords here, like expressing yourself, communicating in your relationship with others, and like be confident in when you express yourself and communicate your needs and desires. Otherwise, you will not get your way. You need to have faith in yourself and fundamentally know who you are and what you stand for. Like literally what we were talking about with Pyrite Spirit, knowing your self-worth and like what you stand for. So this month is all about getting to know your self-worth. When you champion yourself, it is important that you communicate your positive and negative feelings in a respectful manner. It is essential to speak your needs, but not to leave the other person feeling diminished or fearful. So communicating in a kind and like compassionate way, so that the other person actually understands what you're getting at and what you're trying to tell them, rather than them feeling like hurt by what you said, and so completely overlooking your actual message. Make sure you are clear about what your needs or wants are in this exchange. Your needs, wants, and goals are no less valid than those of others. Reflect on how you address communication. Have you been putting your needs second, trying to please someone else? Assert yourself, raise your voice, and enhance the respect in your relationships. Crabs can move in all directions, backwards, forwards, and sideways. This animal will help you choose the action best for the moment. Sometimes lateral movement is better than no movement. Trust the direction you are guided to take. Try something different. It is important to be balanced and continue to move as you progress to your next phase. So that's what we were kind of talking about with the Hanged Man here too. Is the pause is necessary so you can kind of figure out like a new way of doing things or a new direction to move in, and you can change things up and spice things up a little bit. So wow, that like kind of encompassed this whole reading. Now we're going to take one card from this deck to see what zodiac sign, planet, or element is going to be most prominent for you in the month of February. For pile number 1, oh, thank you. We have Jupiter. And Jupiter's a really lucky planet, and it's also all about expansion. So I think what this is giving us is that the energy of expansion, which we can see with Pyrite Spirit, is going to be all around you. Also, I'm getting message to check your Jupiter placement, because that's going to be important for you in the month of February if you can. And so yeah, you're just going to be expanding, and I feel like you want to experience that expansion, and that's why you're taking this necessary pause in your career and or schooling. And also that's where I think you're getting that desire to openly communicate in your relationships. And that's probably why we have the Three of Cups also with the relationship with yourself, because it's like you want to expand, and so the way to do that and move forward seamlessly is by having a harmonious connection between your mind, body, and soul. So you're not being pulled in different directions, but rather you're being able to move forward in whatever direction it is that you want to go in. Now let's take a few last advice cards to end this reading. Thank you. Explore. Maps show what has already been discovered. Go another way. Wow, this entire reading is about movement and taking a pause so that you can move in different direction, or in whatever direction you want to move in, but exploring and getting out there and trying something new, trying a different way of doing things is really going to be important for you in the month of February. Then we have direction. Trust your inner compass and find your bearings. So looking within, also like we were saying with the Three of Cups, is like finding that harmony and that balance. Through this, you'll be able to gain a clearer understanding and idea of what direction you want to move in. Pile number 1, this was such a beautiful reading, and I'm hoping you have an amazing and beautiful February. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, pile 2. You've chosen the Rose Quartz Heart. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards, and I'll be right back. Hello, pile 2. I've laid out your card. You have Bigspite Spirit, and I'm getting a sense that the red and pink energy is going to be really important to you in the month of February. And already kind of February is associated with like Valentine's Day, and people associate that with the red and pink. So yeah, I think that this is going to be really important for those of you who chose this group. And so I'm going to read from the guidebook for this card. It says, drive, courage, full speed ahead, spirited action. So I think the month of February, this is, by the way, I don't think I mentioned this, but this is your general energies for the month of February. I think it's all about taking action and moving forward with your plans, moving forward in other things. Like there's just a lot of movement happening. It says there is a time to hesitate and a time to move forward with conviction, courage, and total determination. And that time is now. Bigspite Spirit has arrived to tell you to take a deep breath and move full speed ahead with forceful action on behalf of your own healing. Be fierce as you push through obstacles with laser focus, for nothing will stand in your way. You are meant to feel driven at this moment, to break free of the chains binding you to unhealthy patterns. Advocate for yourself unapologetically and be unshakable in your belief that you are worthy of achieving your goals. The conscious universe, the force that propels you, is always there for you as your ally. Now is a time for fearless action. Sail on. Your general energies in the month of February is all about moving forward and having the courage to move forward. It's finding your inner courage so that you can move into the life that you want and make moves on the plans that you have and the goals that you have. Let's take a look at your tarot cards. The first card we have is your relationship with yourself, and we have the Tower. So yeah, there's a lot of shifts happening, a lot of changes being made, and all these changes are not to be feared. These changes are happening so that you can move forward and gain that courage. I think you're also going to be releasing any pent-up emotions and just kind of reevaluating the relationship you have with yourself and the foundation it's built on. That is probably why you have Big Spite Spirit, because it's all about building that inner courage to move forward and moving forward like full steam ahead. So I see you releasing old beliefs about yourself and tearing down any walls you may have built that weren't allowing you to truly get to know yourself. February is like a major month for your relationship with yourself. And yeah, I see you starting to come to a place of breaking down the illusions and being open and authentic with yourself. And find healing, because the rose quartz heart is also about healing, like self-love and healing that inner self. And so, yeah, the month of February is about healing internally and moving full steam ahead through this healing. The next card we have is your relationship with others, and we have the Three of Wands, and it says action and adventure. So I see you going out and about with others and stepping out of your comfort zone, trying new things. You may also be traveling with other people, but I just get the sense that you're evaluating what relationships are worth your time and energy and which ones aren't. And the relationships worth your time are the ones you are putting effort into. And with the Aries energy here, I'm feeling like the sense again of taking action. So making moves in your relationships and even inviting in more people into your life and being open to explore and build new connections. The next card we have is for your career and or schooling in the month of February. And we have the Eight of Wands. So clear skies, moving full steam ahead, literally. Wow. The Big Spite Spirit, Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is all about that. Like, again, the clear skies, movement, fast movement. So I see that things are smooth sailing. And if any challenges do come up, you're overcoming them with ease. Also, I get that some of you may get some really good news or maybe start a new job, and there's definitely like fast energy in career and or schooling. And some of you will be traveling as well. In general, I see growth, fast movement, and clear skies. If there has been any stuck energies in the last few months, they're being cleared, or you're just getting news on how you need to clear them. And I get the sense that you're just going to be in a really good flow in the month of February. And so because of that, you're like quickly getting the things that you need to get done. And so you're like checking off your to-do list is what I'm seeing. And the next card we have is for your spiritual journey. We have Goddess Joya or Joaya. I don't know how to pronounce that. But in this deck, there's 2 extra cards, and this is one of them. And so what this is kind of telling me is that like spiritually you're starting to connect more to your feminine energy as well, like because this month is going to be all about like movement and action, and it's very like it's a very masculine type of energy. I get the sense that you're also taking time to do the healing work necessary so that you can bring a balance between your masculine and feminine energy, so you're not burning yourself out or sitting in the energy of inaction. But yeah, I'm going to look at the guidebook to see if there's anything more on this card. So in the guidebook it says love, patience, diplomacy, knowledge, and stability, which is so fitting because you're talking about moving forward, and it's like and we were talking about like self-love and stuff, and you have the rose quartz heart. So yeah, spiritually I feel like, yeah, you're moving forward in your physical life, but you're taking the necessary breaks and the necessary like retreats so that you can work on that inner healing, and that you can bring again that feminine energy in. And because it said patience, I also feel like you're learning how to be patient despite like moving forward so quickly. So yeah, there's a lot of like duality as well here, but it's like finding that balance. So the month of February is about finding that balance between moving forward full steam and also being able to take the necessary breaks to help your inner self heal, and so that you can spiritually heal and work on like self-love and stuff. The next card we have is on your personal journey, and we have the Four of Cups. So February is all about learning to shift your focus. I think you're going to be working through any like negative thinking patterns or negative habits, or anything that like kept you in that comparative energy where maybe you felt others are doing better than you. You may also be taking a break from social media is a message I'm getting, to just focus on your life instead of looking at other people's lives, and just evaluating the efforts of where you focus your energy, especially your emotions. Because in the month of February I feel like there may be a lot of emotions happening, because again you have like the relationship with yourself, you have the Tower, so like there's going to be some major changes with how you're approaching yourself and how you are dealing with your internal and external conflict. And it's just going to be a really big month for learning how to move away from energetically draining things, people, and like emotions as well. And also I'm getting a message that like understanding that your emotions are fleeting, so not making emotionally based decisions, but rather sitting with those emotions, seeing why they're triggering you, and processing those emotions, and then acting, so you're not acting from emotions and then regretting it afterwards. For example, if something triggers you and it makes you upset, taking a step back and taking time to evaluate why you were triggered and why that situation made you upset, and then moving forward. The next card we have is Inner Desires. Set some intentions. You are entering a phase of plenty or may have a sudden windfall. Goals are within your grasp. So that fits so perfectly with this reading. You are literally making headways on your goals, and you're like moving towards them. So take time to set intentions and really make it clear what your inner desires are. What does your heart desire, and how can you work through any like personal challenges or conflicts to like come to a place of resolving that way you can you're not like being split, because there's really a lot of duality here as well. The next card we have is Study. Let my mind be clear and strong. Let me study well and long. I get the message of studying yourself. If you were to take a step back and look at yourself from a third-party perspective and study your habits, your routines, your triggers, what would you find? Is the message I get from Spirit. And I think that's what they're calling you to do during this month, is to study yourself like a third party, study your habits and study your triggers, study you. Now let's take one card from this deck to see what planet, zodiac sign, or element is going to be most prominent for pile 2 in the month of February. This could be a reflection of your own. Thank you. So air signs, which are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And this could be like your own sun, moon, or rising, or somebody significant in your life, or just the general like energy of an air sign. And what I get from this is that your mind is also going to be really important to you, like communication, your mind. During this month, really pay attention to your thoughts and the way you're communicating them. Now let's take a few cards from this deck to see any last advice from Spirit before we close this reading off. Oop. That's a lot, but we'll take it. This is so amazing. Communicate. Things left unsaid will never reach the shore. So, what things do you need to clearly communicate? And what's the best way to do that? Whether it's communicating with yourself or with other people, how can you best convey your message? And yeah, because we had the air sign, we were talking about communicating, and then you have the communicate card. It fits so perfectly. Then we have strength, stay afloat and feel steady and calm. So yeah, you are building that inner strength. Just like we said, through this tower moment, you are building inner strength. You are building up your the relationship with yourself, and you're starting to strengthen the relationship with yourself by getting rid of the old foundation that is just unnecessary and not working for you anymore. The next card we have is optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. So remain optimistic. And it's interesting because the Eight of Wands talks about clear skies. So remaining optimistic and knowing that during the rainstorm we can learn a lot about ourselves. We can learn a lot and gain a lot of wisdom, so that when the clear skies do come, we have a greater appreciation for it, is what I'm getting. So remain optimistic and just take the time to learn and to grow and to study yourself. And then the next card we have is reflect. Peer into the endless ocean and see what peers back. So yeah, reflections are a great part of your like your journey right now in February. The month of February is all about reflections and moving forward. I feel like it's like moving forward physically, but internally it's about doing these reflections to, again, remove the old foundations. Pile number 2, this was such an amazing reading. I really hope you're able to step into your true power and move full steam ahead in your physical life, while also being able to do the inner work and find that balance. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. You've chosen the yellow azestolite. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards, and I'll be right back. Hello, Pile 3. I've laid out your card. You have Diamond Spirit. So the first thing that came to mind is shining bright like a diamond. So maybe some of you, that song is going to be relevant, or just in general, like your this month, because this is your general energies for the month of February. So this month in February is going to just find you like illuminating and being really bright and almost like capturing people's attention. And also it's kind of interesting because recently I saw a video about like lab diamonds versus real diamonds, and so I feel like you're being more authentically you and opening up and and like being unapologetically you is what I'm hearing. I'm also going to take a look at the guidebook and see if there's any more messages. So it's really interesting. I had to turn my light on because it's starting to get dark, and it happened to get like really clouded over right when I was starting your reading. And it's just so fitting that this would happen during your reading when we have the diamond here. But in the guidebook, it says, the priceless gift of time and pressure combined, beauty and strength arising from trials and challenges, the right use of power. Your ability to move hearts is very strong right now. So even as you maintain healthy boundaries, make the choice to own your power and use it with wisdom and grace. In doing so, you align with the conscious universe who knows the healing power of love and compassion. Also, diamonds are formed under great amounts of pressure, so like the fact that it's coming up as your general energy, I feel like you've gone through a really transformative period on a personal level that has made you a diamond in the rough, is what I'm hearing. And I'm just hearing so many things for this pile. So some of you may also be receiving a lot of messages and pay attention to those messages that you are receiving, because I feel like they're going to be really informative and useful for you in the month of February. Diamonds can be formed in the Earth's mantle, in a lab, or due to a collision of an asteroid with Earth. However they come into being, they teach us that extreme pressure and hardship can transform even the most ordinary into something incredibly strong and beautiful. Diamond Spirit asks us to contemplate how something that felt unbearable may have actually assisted us to become more fully who we are. Can you see how strong you are now? So taking a look at your inner strength. Now let's take a look at your tarot cards. The first card we have is the relationship with yourself, and we have the Eight of Pentacles, achievement and education. So I think you're putting in a lot of effort in the relationship with yourself. You're not like skirting your relationship with yourself. You're taking the time to put in that effort and work that it takes to build up the relationship with ourselves. And yeah, I see you taking care of your needs rather than relying on others to do it for you. I'm hearing that you're prioritizing your relationship and enjoying time with yourself. This could also be like taking yourself out on a date or treating yourself to something you enjoy doing. I'm also getting that you're working on healing any internal hurts you may have, and just making sure to dedicate time to grow and strengthen the relationship you have with yourself. I'm hearing that this may seem like a really slow process, but all internal work is a slow process. So don't be deterred by it, but rather just continue putting in the effort, because it's going to be so rewarding. The next card we have is the relationship with others. We have the Chariot. So I'm hearing that for some of you, there's going to be a major change happening in one of your relationships in specific, where you and this other person are evaluating your relationship and what direction to move in. This doesn't have to do with this doesn't have to be with a romantic relationship. It could be like a friendship or business or work relationship, or even maybe a family member. And I'm getting like a really strong message about time. So maybe you're evaluating what relationships in your life are wasting your time, and so are no longer you're no longer entertaining relationships that you don't vibe with. Or maybe you just feel like you don't have the time right now to dedicate to other people. But yeah, time is going to be a big factor in your relationship with others. And the Chariot is also telling me that you'll be making really quick plans to hang out with friends or family and just being more spontaneous. Also, for some of you who maybe you haven't exactly found the friends that you resonate with or the people that you resonate with, I feel like you're starting to make leaps and bounds in that. Like, you're finding what you really value in people and what you would like in your friendships, in your romantic relationships, and other relationships in your life, your business relationships. I feel like you're learning more about what you want out of the relationships in your life. The next card we have is your career and schooling, and we have the World card. So I think you're completing a phase in your career or schooling. Some of you could be graduating or starting a business or even retiring. It could also be that you're getting a new job. Some of you could be reaching a really big milestone or a goal that you've been working really hard on for like this could also be a project as well. I'm getting the feeling of expansion, so maybe some of you are moving or just like expanding your knowledge and learning new things. And I get the message that some of you are finding more flexibility when it comes to your career and or school. I also feel like because we have success and joy here, you're going to be finding a lot of success and joy in your career or schooling in the month of February. It's going to be like a really high vibe month for you, and it's really interesting because you do have the diamond, which, you know, diamonds are really precious and really rare, and usually they're quite expensive. At least natural diamonds are much more expensive than lab created ones. So like you're finding these rare moments of beauty in your life, and that like and success in your career and or schooling, like yeah, there's just like a completion happening, and you're really enjoying the success of that, and enjoying the fruits of that. The next card we have is your spiritual journey. We have the 9 of Wands. So what this is telling me is that through your spiritual journey, you've strengthened your inner self, which literally fits so perfectly with the diamond card of going through intense pressure and coming out a diamond. And yeah, I think you've gained like a lot of wisdom through your journey. I'm also feeling like a really strong Leo vibe with this card, and I'm getting a vision of a lion protecting like or guarding its territory. So I feel through your spiritual journey, you've come to a point of setting healthy boundaries and being really focused. And I'm also getting the sense that no matter what comes up through your spiritual journey, you're focused on healing and overcoming those challenges. And that you're just working on also healing your heart so you can create healthy boundaries that aren't like out of fear, but of being hurt, but rather like out of love and respect for yourself. And I'm just getting a really strong message that you'll be healing your ego as well. The next card we have is for your personal journey, and we have the 4 of Pentacles, stability and security. So yeah, you're building security and stability, and finding that in your personal life, finding how you can bring more security. I get the message of making sure you're not like becoming too materialistic in the month of February. So just being sure that you're not overspending on things that you don't actually need. I also get a message that you're going to be evaluating the things you have an attachment to and how these attachments affect you. Like some of these attachments might be hindering things that you're trying to manifest. And there might also be some lack mentality that you have to work through, because it maybe this like lack mentality is keeping you from truly feeling satisfied or fulfilled and stable. And I'm getting a really strong message that some of you are going to be learning not to associate your worth with external things, because the worth of a diamond doesn't come from external things, but rather it's like its rarity and its uniqueness and like the formation process that it goes through. The next few cards we have are looking at the underbelly. Be sure that you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself, or perhaps a project you are working on could use some fine tuning. So time is coming up again, and I was feeling that earlier, but like using your time wisely and illuminating any shadows, because the illumination in this card is speaking out to me. And also allowing your inner light to shine is also what I'm hearing. The next card we have is single-mindedness. Choose your own path and what is best suited for you. So, yeah, just like follow your own path. Live life on to the beat of your own drums is what I hear. And don't be so concerned with what other people think of it. Like, of course, constructive criticism is always welcome and should be, because like we can learn a lot from other people, but at the end of the day it's your life, and so how you choose to live it should be up to you. And you shouldn't be worried about judgment or fear of judgment. Like basically what I get is not making fear-based decisions, because that's just gonna lead to like unhappiness. The next few cards we have is success, literally success. Where is it? Success. So you're finding a lot of success in the month of February. It's a really high vibe month for you guys, and you're going to be finding a lot of success in it. The next card we have is divine guidance. Listen to the messages and downloads you receive and think about them and see how they can help you in your life. Of course, like listening and doing are two separate things, so you don't have to act on what you listen to, but listening can provide clarity, insight, and wisdom is what I'm hearing. Now let's take one card from this deck to see what zodiac sign, planet, or element is going to be most prominent for you in the month of February. What zodiac sign? This could be a reflection of your own. Mars. So movement, strength, because Mars is all about strength. It's like that warrior. Could be also some Scorpio energy as well, I'm picking up on, but building up that strength, just like we were talking about with the diamond, through the pressures that you have endured, building up that strength and allowing it to like move you in different directions is what I hear. So the energy of Mars is going to be really prominent, and maybe also taking a look at where your Mars is placed in your birth chart if you can, because that can be really significant to you right now. Now let's take a few cards from this deck to end this reading off. Thank you. Take the helm. Be in control of your own ship. So yeah, like there's a lot about control here, and being in control of your own life, and not waiting or feeling like you need to put that control on somebody else's shoulders. And again, like we were talking about, when you communicate with your guides and with the universe, it shouldn't be from a sense of like asking them on what you should do, in the sense like what will bring me the most success, but rather listening to your heart and seeing what your heart is trying to tell you, and then asking them to help guide you in the best possible manner towards your heart's desires. Pile number 3, I really enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I really hope you're able to take control and build this inner strength and enjoy your month of February. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye! Hello, Pile 4. You've chosen the selenite heart. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. I'm going to lay out your cards, and I'll be right back. Hello, Pile 4. I've laid out your cards. You have the spirit quartz, and this is a really beautiful card. I don't know if you can see that. It's so like eye-catching, and there's so many colors, so I feel like this is a card to represent your general energies in the month of February, and I feel like you're just being really colorful and like exploring, being really bright and eye-catching. I feel like you're like almost like a magnet. You're attracting a lot of things to you. You're also in a really high law of attraction state. I feel like you're going to be attracting a lot of things to you, so being mindful of that. But yeah, I feel magnet is the word that keeps coming up. So I feel like you're magnetizing all those things to you, and just being really bright and yeah, really like attractive is what I hear. And this could be like attractive in your energies as well. It doesn't have to deal with physical attractiveness, although like it can, but I'm getting the sense of like attractiveness energetically as well, like you're just drawing people to you, or drawing situations and events and like things to you. I'm also going to look at the guidebook to see if there's anything else it would add to this. So in the guidebook it says connecting to community, universal love, harmony, and cooperation. When this crystal spirit appears, the message is to reach out and connect to your community and discover the true power of your gifts through sharing them with others. Your willingness to put the highest good ahead of the wants of your small self is called for now. Reciprocity does not mean keeping a ledger, but instead feeling the power of offering kind words and acknowledgments. You have the power to change the lives of others and awaken them to the abundance and love available from the conscious universe who works through us all. So what I kind of get with this is making sure that you're finding balance in your responsibilities towards yourself and your needs, while also fulfilling any responsibilities you hold towards your community, your family, your friends, like things like that, and upholding your end of the relationship is what I hear. Whoops. Now let's take a look at your tarot cards. For the relationship with yourself, we have the Six of Wands being reversed. And what this is telling me is that in the month of February, you're going to start to look at why you may have feelings of unworthiness, and maybe why you have tendencies to be really hard on yourself. There's like an energy of feeling our authentic self is not good enough, or is not what people want to see, and so you may be covering up who you truly are inside. And I think this is going to be coming out during February, so you can really evaluate this. I think this will be a time of going inward to do some reflections on your relationship with yourself, so you can heal the feelings of unworthiness. I also get the sense that you may have had to put on a mask, so to speak, externally, and so you might be confused on who you truly are without the mask. Also, I hear that some of you may have had a lot of responsibilities, and so in order to fulfill these responsibilities, the relationship with yourself took a back burner. Overall, I think there may be some people-pleasing tendencies that have made it so the relationship with yourself got a little muddled, and I think this is going to be shown to you clearly in February so you can start the healing process. Or maybe some of you are already working on healing this, in which case you're going to continue doing this healing work through February. The next card that we have is the relationship with others in the month of February, and we have Temperance, so finding balance. I feel like you're going to be finding balance on giving to others while also making sure you make time for yourself to do the work that's necessary. I think you're learning to be more patient in your relationship with others, and not look to rush into anything, and also that you're looking to find more balance and harmony in your relationships. I also get the sense that instead of giving your all in relationships just to please the other person, you're going to start to putting in an equal amount of effort as the other person does. And if someone shows you that they clearly don't care or they don't want to put in the effort, you're also pulling back. And yeah, you're just learning how to balance relationships. And I think this is so you can finally have time for yourself. I get the message that you are observing your relationships and evaluating who is putting in effort and who isn't. And this makes so much sense because of the initial message that we got with the spirit quartz of finding balance in the responsibilities you have towards yourself and your family, friends, and community. And also the wings with guidance is speaking out to me. So some of you may find a relationship that is helping you create more balance in your life. The next card we have is your career and or schooling, and we have the Goddess Ella card. And so in this deck, there's two different cards, and this is one of them. And so for your career or school, I think you're starting to gain recognition, and people are almost respecting you for the work that you put in, and they're admiring your work as well. And if you're retired, I feel like people are praising your past work, or there's something in that sense happening. I feel like you're stepping into your power, your true power, your true potential, you're stepping into that. The next card we have is for your spiritual journey, and we have the Five of Cups. So I think you're going to be looking at where you feel lack. Where do you feel like you're missing out? Where do you feel like spiritually, where do you feel drained? I think you're focusing on where you feel drained spiritually, energetically. You may also be healing any losses, like the loss of family members or any past losses. I feel like you might be healing emotional hurts or emotional pains. There's a lot of spiritual healing happening is what I'm getting. Focusing on those things so that you can heal them. The next card we have is for your personal journey, and we have the Hierophant, and that is just so beautiful. I think you're starting to question tradition and like religion and the things that the things that have been set up and that have been told to you since you were like a young child. I feel like you're starting to question more and to start to like explore and dive down rabbit holes is also what I'm hearing. I think you're gaining more knowledge and exploring more things and learning more about yourself. The next few cards we have are where you need to be. Acknowledge how you are feeling. Have faith the universe will take care of a current concern by providing the best possible outcome for all involved. And that just makes so much sense. Yes, you are exactly where you need to be on your journey to find healing and find who you are inside. And then the next card we have is push to surface. You may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. And that kind of fits in with this Six of Wands here as well, where there's a new surge of energy coming in February, so you can do this healing work. Of course, how you use this energy coming is up to you. The next card we have is victory. So I think all of the things you are learning this month and all the things that are happening are ultimately leading to your victory and making you feel accomplished. And I feel like you're going to be awarding yourself for doing the work necessary. Now let's take one card from this deck to see what zodiac sign, element, or planet is going to be most it fell. And we have Cancer. So yeah, the water signs, like your emotions are going to be really important, but this could be like a Cancer person. You could be a Cancer, but the general energy of Cancer could also be really important for you during the month of February. Now let's take any last few cards from this deck to get any advice from Spirit before we end this reading. Thank you. We have Move. Barnacles only grow on a docked ship. So continue making moves. And also with Cancer and Move, it makes me think of water. So allowing your emotions to flow will be really helpful. Pile number 4, this was such an amazing reading. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. I really hope that you enjoy your month of February and that you find the healing and the movement and all the things that you are looking for. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye! Hello, Pile 5. You've chosen the Amethyst. I'm going to keep your crystal right here. Whoops. I'm going to lay out your cards, and I'll be right back. Hello, Pile 5. I've laid out your cards. You have Blue Chalcedony, so this represents your general energies right now. And so I'm getting a nighttime vibe from this card. Maybe some of you will be up late into the night, or maybe it's just like has to do with the quiet and calm of the night, or like the mystery of the night. But let me read from the guidebook to get more information. Okay, so in the guidebook it says, slowing down, easy does it, restoring balance and serenity. Life's pace can feel overwhelming at times, and this crystal shows up just when you need to slow down and experience serenity and balance. Certainty won't present itself just because you're rushing around. Blue Chalcedony Spirit brings the message to immerse yourself in the moment and to surrender your sense of urgency to the conscious universe. You're pushing too hard right now. Easy does it as you transition from the old ways into the new and begin to try out your fledgling wings. This makes perfect sense because I was getting that nighttime feel. But yeah, the general energy of February for you will be all about slowing down and finding a good, slow, and steady pace to move at. The next card we have is your relationship with yourself in the month of February, and we have the Lovers card. And so what this is telling me is that you're looking in the mirror and being honest with yourself. I see you like coming to a place of authenticity and like honesty in your relationship with yourself and just being true to who you are inside. So like your inner nature. I also kind of get the sense that you're romanticizing yourself. Like, for example, taking yourself on a date. And I hear that you're really going to be just feeling yourself and feeling like your best. And yeah, I see you understanding and taking care of your wants and needs. I'm also hearing that you're working towards accepting and loving all the aspects of you. This is so beautiful, pile number 5. I'm also getting a message that you're releasing any ideas on how your relationship with yourself needs to look, and you're just like being free. The next card we have is the relationship with others in the month of February. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. So there's a new opportunity of growth in your relationship with other people. And maybe there are more stable relationships coming in your life, or the relationships you have currently are becoming more solid and stable. Also, there could be the opportunity of a new business partner for some of you. Like, that's not going to resonate for all of you, but just for some of you, I get that message. And I also get the sense that an earth sign individual might be really important during February for you. There's also a chance of having a new beginning. So maybe this means like for some of you, you've cleared old baggage within some of your relationships, and now there's a chance to start new and fresh. The next card we have is in your career and or schooling. We have the Fool card, which also talks about new beginnings. So, in your career or school, there's like newness, something new is happening. Maybe you're changing your major, or you're changing your job, or maybe you're retiring, but there's something new happening here. And you just have so many cards talking about a new beginning. And also, I'm pretty sure the Blue Chalcedony message also had something similar to that. And I'm hearing that February is just going to be a breath of fresh air, and while these new things might be difficult to adjust to, it's going to be a fun adventure. And some of you may be taking a leap of faith into something, and Spirit is saying to be sure to exercise caution when you do this. The next card we have is for your spiritual journey, and we have Justice. And you just have a lot of major arcana, so I feel like this month is going to be a really major and pivotal month for you. And with Justice, I think you're learning to look for truths. Like you're diving down rabbit holes and looking for the truth. And also, I see that you're looking within yourself to find any answers to like any questions you may have been having. And I think you're also being sure to evaluate the actions you take and the potential reactions of those actions. I'm also getting a sense that you're taking the time to establish your morals and values and standards, and also that you're coming into a time of spiritual balance. And then the next card we have is for your personal journey, and we have the High Priestess reversed. Again, another major arcana. With the High Priestess being reversed, I'm getting a sense that you may open up to people a little too quickly and allow people into your life a little too quickly. And so in February, Spirit is saying to be cautious of who you allow into your life and take time to get to know people a little bit better before you call them your friend, because remember, there's a difference between an acquaintance and a friend. And I think that's what Spirit wants you to understand in the month of February. And setting better, more healthy boundaries will be really beneficial to you, so you're able to protect yourself. And also I get the message of taking time to gather information before making a decision so you don't end up like regretting anything. The next few cards that we have are facing your fears. Look for ways to strengthen your connection to the universe and others. Stay peaceful and calm in the knowing of who you are. So yeah, coming back to your inner self and facing any fears you may have through the inner strength and courage you've developed, and relying on your inner strength will help you a lot in February. The next card we have is Adrift in Shallow Water. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. Again, like we've been saying this entire reading, you're coming back to your inner self and being present in each moment. And the next card we have is Change Direction with Ease. There's a time for change, shape-shifting, or your soul's evolution. This is a time for change, shape-shifting, or your soul's evolution. It is a time to reconsider what you are wanting. You may be in for a surprise. Which literally fits so well with all the new energy we saw in your cards. So there is some change, and I think you maybe are changing the way you see your life and the direction you're headed in. The next card we have is Grace. Grace, blessings come to me to set me free. I think you're approaching your life with the mindset of being free, and also I get the sense that you're going to be giving yourself and others grace in February. Then the next card we have is Inspiration. I think you're just a source of inspiration for a lot of people around you, and maybe you just don't know it. Also, you could be getting more inspired in the month of February. Maybe something is like sparking your interest, or maybe you're just like inspiring others to do and be better for themselves. Now let's take one card from this deck to see what zodiac sign, element, or planet is going to be most prominent for you in the month of February. What zodiac sign? We have two. We have Aquarius and Mars. So the general energies of Aquarius will be important, or maybe you have like significant Aquarius in your charts. It could also just be like representing the time that we're in right now, since we're in Aquarius season, and like there's also a lot of strong Aquarius energies around us right now. And then with Mars, I get the sense that doing research on any thoughts you have will be like really beneficial for you, but and taking action on those thoughts. Now let's take a few last cards for advice for pile number 5 before we end this reading off. Thank you. So optimism. After each rainstorm, there will be clear skies. So remaining optimistic. And knowing that the skies will clear and you're going to gain a lot of clarity through this is the message I get. Thank you so much for sharing your energies with me. If you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Be sure to hit the bell icon so you're notified when I upload. I'm sending you lots of love and light, and I'll catch you in another reading. Bye.